What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And this time I wasn't late because of me. I was late because of StreamYard. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to go live, but we're here now. So like the video as the intro plays. We got a lot to get into.
Make it make sense. What I love about Mims, Make It Make Sense. He's a YouTuber. He gets the court record. So he gets the cases.
Make it make sense. You knew what was up.
Dodging, I'm ducking, I'm dodging, I'm ducking. Doing Lil Kim.
Big Mims. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Count out loud.
To 4-year-old Mackenzie. Chris, you are not.
It's the run for me. Whenever they take off running, I miss Maury. Whenever they take off running, that is what gets me. Anyway, we got. Sorry, let me pull it together. Okay, okay, I'm back. I'm a journalist. I'm done. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, y'all, we all saw what happened. Brendan Paul, Diddy's alleged drug mule cops a plea. So I have like the court documents, and I went over them with an attorney. But let's get into the story first, and then I'll let you guys know what the discussion was like. Said Brendan Paul, Diddy's alleged mule, pleads not guilty to cocaine charge and airport arrest. An alleged associate of the embattled music rapper Sean Diddy Combs has pleaded not guilty to a drug possession charge in Florida. The Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office on Wednesday charged Brendan Paul, 25, with felony cocaine possession and dropped the second charge for possession of a controlled substance. His attorney, Brian H. Bieber, appeared in court and entered the plea not guilty on Paul's behalf. We entered Brendan's plea of not guilty in court today. We will be dealing with this case in the courtroom, not the court of public opinion, which I guess I think he's trying to slyly read us. I see you, Bieber. I see you. And the court of public opinion is always in session, sir. Just know that. Know that. It said USA Today has reached out to the state attorney's office for comment. According to the court records reviewed by USA Today, a trial hearing for this case is scheduled for July 8th. The former Syracuse University basketball player was arrested by Miami-Dade Police Department officers at the Miami-Opa-locka Executive Airport on March 25th, the same day two of the Bad Boy Records founders' homes were raided by Homeland Security agents. The defendant had the contraband inside of his personal travel bag. I then told y'all multiple times about Diddy's little black Prada bag. It's not for fashion. It's for drugs. Allegedly. Upon testing, officers determined the substances were cocaine and edibles. The arrest was made as a result of a joint effort with Miami-Dade, the Department of Homeland Security, and Customs and Border Protections. The next day, Paul was released on a bond of $2,500. Paul is referred to as Combs' Mule in Rodney Lil Rod Jones' civil lawsuit against the Bad Boy founder Cuba Gooding Jr. for sexual assault and harassment. In an amended lawsuit filed in U.S. federal court for the Southern District of New York, Jones claimed that Paul allegedly procured, transported, and distributed ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, mushrooms, and Tucci by packing these substances in their carry-on luggage and going through TSA. Tucci is also known as Tusi. It's described as a lawsuit as a pink drug that is a combination of ecstasy and cocaine. Because if ecstasy doesn't get you where you need to go, cocaine will. So why not mix them together and scramble all your brain cells while you still have them? Funny enough, I was watching Diddy on Ellen, and there was a moment where Ellen talked about seeing Diddy come to her like soundstage with an IV in his arm. Carisha says Diddy does not sleep. When they were getting it in, Diddy did not tap out. She thought that she could put it on him and it would just be a wrap. No, he does not sleep for days. And she said this jokingly before Cassie's lawsuit came out, where we found out about the freak offs. So you guys put two and two together. You're showing up to Ellen's soundstage with an IV drip of vitamins in your arm. Cassie then told us about the freak offs, and now Carisha is saying you don't sleep. Everybody says Diddy doesn't sleep. Well, probably because the Tutsi is just flowing through his system.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I feel like if there's any doctors in the house, I feel like that level of, because I guess it's like an amphetamine, wouldn't that just like speed up your heart to the point where you would just almost damn near die? Ecstasy is upper, cocaine is an upper. Why would you need to mix the two? Unless your body is so accustomed to taking them that maybe one or the other doesn't do it for you anymore, so you just need more and more and more. Not take that. Okay. Just a thought. Any doctors in the house, let us know. That mixture sounds scary. I'm with you. Nandy says, hit that like button. Yeah, we got like almost 1,400 in the chat. I've been trying to come on for the last few hours, y'all, but my StreamYard said that there's so many people going live right now that I couldn't, which was weird. Anyway, we're here now. It says, according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine's National Center for Biotechnology, the majority of Tutsi samples contain ketamine. Now, ketamine is a cat tranquilizer, often combined with MDMA, which is date R word, which makes this even worse. Meth, cocaine, opioids, and or new psychoactive substances. So they don't like, that's some crazy stuff. That's some Dan Snyder stuff, y'all. I heard ketamine was a cat tranquilizer. So maybe it's an animal tranquilizer in general. But if it could take out a horse, I don't. Anyway, let's continue. Paul was among one of the Combs employees who would negotiate the fees for sex workers received and would ensure that the workers are paid. Jones, who originally filed the lawsuit in February, worked with Combs, blah, 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 blah. We know that. On the day of Paul's airport arrest, Combs' homes in LA and Miami were searched. This is just Diddy's side. This is unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. Okay, so y'all know me. I'm super messy. I'm not I'm a little messy, but I'm also pretty nosy. So I got the actual information and then I looked it over with an attorney. So this is, his record of arrest. Everything looked pretty normal. I didn't realize he was so young. He was born in 98. Low bond amount. But this is where things got a little dicey. Because my question was, would it make sense for him to flip on Diddy? Everybody's saying, oh, he flipped. But these charges are not from the Fed. So important to know, two different things, something that the feds might do and something that's at like the state level. So the first thing the attorney asked was, is it possession with intent to distribute? Because that changes the game. So we looked and it said he possessed cocaine and it was a felony. So then the attorney said, well, how much cocaine? We don't know. The only people who can get that information is his attorney and the state. What we do know is it was between 1 to 28 grams because anything in the state of Florida involving cocaine constitutes a felony. So anything up to 28 grams. So we don't know how much he had in that little Prada bag, and the gummies as well. So I said, okay, well, what would be his reasoning for flipping then? The bond was set really low. He doesn't have any priors. And this might sound bad, but I'm a black man. I feel like black men get put away in prison for one seed of weed. This man had cocaine and he had weed at an airport, and he's getting a slap on the wrist. So let me show you first exactly what they said. The plea that he copped. Shout out to TMZ. They were the first on this. Diddy's alleged mule, Brendan Paul, struck a good deal. Now, how many people that look like me get to strike these good deals? Struck a good deal in his drug case because he ain't going to be doing any time behind bars, TMZ learned. Brendan's attorney, Brian Bieber, tells us Brendan accepted the prosecutor's offer to permit his entry into the diversion program, which after completion, the case against him will be dismissed in its entirety. So you get caught with a black billionaire carrying drugs at the airport, and you can just go through a 6-month program and it's dismissed. A rep for the Miami-Dade state attorney confirms this as well, telling TMZ this was a standard offer to a nonviolent defendant with no priors who was arrested for a possession case instead of a much more serious trafficking case. I told you anything after 28 grams is considered trafficking, and with intent to distribute. The rep confirms Brendan has enrolled in a drug diversion program, which should last about 6 months. Technically, the case and charge are still pending until the course is completed, but there'll be no jail time or probation if Brendan completes the course without issue. This seems like a best case scenario for Brendan Paul, who was charged with the felony drug charge in April. Y'all remember this video? Let's see. They're probably going to make me show a commercial, so we're not going to do that. Take this off. Turn this down. There we go. I'll keep reading while it's going. TMZ broke the story that Brendan was slapped with 1 felony count of drug possession following his March arrest at Miami Opelika Executive Airport. And he previously worked as Diddy's assistant. So we all saw this. Let me show you. Remember, they were going on spring break with Diddy's daughters. And this is what Diddy had with them. His alleged drug mule.
Put him in the car.
Okay, so me and the attorney had a little bit of a disagreement about this. I said, what reason, if these are felony charges that are going to get dismissed, the state is not coming after you, what reason would he have to flip on Diddy? And she said, that is just what the state had going on. The actual feds have leverage because he was at an airport. Anytime that you have any amount of drugs or you're caught, whether it's fighting or anything at the airport, is federal, as Rocky would say, Latasha Scott's husband. So they can leverage that against him, basically. So there is still a chance he flipped on Diddy, but I'm looking at this like, if you have Diddy in your corner, and he's technically, he may not be a billionaire anymore, but he's still a very wealthy man and a very allegedly dangerous man, why would you flip? You already have the first court case basically dismissed within 6 months. So then I started looking at his attorneys to see if there was any connection, because the lawyer that I spoke to said, well, look at what Diddy did to Shine. Diddy did not pay for Shine's attorneys, nor did Diddy help provide an attorney or share his attorney with Shine. And I said, well, that's a little, in my eyes, that's a little bit different. It was either Shine or Diddy. In this situation, I don't think that Diddy is super concerned. And I don't feel like Brendan flipped on him, unfortunately. But I'm interested to what you guys think. Do you guys think that this was worth him? Now, this is, again, just the state. The feds might have been able to leverage or scare him into working with them. But if, it could technically have been a very small amount of cocaine. She says, so that's how you know he flipped, because the feds are involved. They said he no longer plans to work for Diddy. The feds said that he didn't want to work for Diddy? How would they know? Or did he really? Shamika, put in the comments, did he release a statement saying he's not going to work for Diddy? Somebody said they heard he's going to the protection. Now, I do believe that the feds are pressuring him. And the thing I told you guys about a RICO case is, if they can rope you into the RICO case, it doesn't matter if you're the drug mule or you're the kingpin. In a RICO situation, once you're part of that investigation and they're going to charge people, they can charge the same charges for the person at the very bottom as the person at the very top. So that's how the feds get you. It's like, okay, all these charges are going to be yours unless you help us get to the big dog. So could he have flipped? Maybe. But we don't actually know who the feds are charging. That is when we will get more information. Once we actually see what the feds take to the grand jury to roll out these indictments. Mish says RICO cases take years, though. I don't know. I try to come here and give you guys not only my opinion, but I also will reach out, like I said, to the judge. I reach out to an attorney. I reach out to a private investigator, because at this point, we're just trying this in the court of public opinion. If he's going to where did we hear that he was going to the witness protection program? And where did we hear that he quit? Let me know. Why would he continue to work for Diddy? That donut hole Diddy is going to be indicted and him is going to jail. Love says, if it's not packaged for distribution, they normally give them rehab if he's using. Now, that is actually one of the topics that me and the attorney talked about. So when you see this where it just says possession, they usually treat it as if you are using. That's actually the terminology that the attorney used, which is why they'll put you in a drug program or, a rehab or things of that nature. Once they feel like you're distributing, now that's something totally different. We don't know what they found in Diddy's. We don't know what they found in Diddy's house. We don't know how long they were following Brendan. We don't know a lot. So when we see this and it seems like he just got off, guys, we don't know that he just got off. That is still very much up in the air. The feds don't play. The feds don't play. So they will leverage whatever they can to get at Diddy. If I were Diddy, I would probably try to keep him. I would probably try to stay in contact with him. I probably have like a burner phone. Nothing. We saw what Diddy did to Justin Bieber when he was patting him down for that wire. Picture it, y'all. I'm a billionaire who's going down in the court of public opinion. I still am bold enough to have my alleged drug mule come with me on vacation with my daughters. Not smart. What it says to me is Diddy has gotten away with stuff for so long that he thinks he's untouchable. Are y'all following that? You would think that somebody who knew that the hammer was coming down on them would start taking it easy, would start having more precautions in place. He walked right up to that private airport without a care in the world, with his daughters in tow, with a drug mule, with the pouch full of cocaine. I just don't know anymore. I don't know. Even my 1 degree of separation, everybody's kind of like watching with bated breath, because we have Diddy claiming only time will tell, the same time that a motion to dismiss for Lucian came out, and then the very next day the state chooses not to really do anything with Lucian and the drugs that were on Diddy's plane. It's probably going to come to the feds will be the deciding factor on how this turns. Diddy's connected or was. So is Diddy a junkie? That's up for you to determine. We've had Lil Rod tell us about all of his alleged drug usage. We had Lil Rod tell us about Brendan Mule being a drug mule, and then Brendan Paul is caught being a drug mule. We have people saying that Diddy doesn't sleep. Diddy doesn't tap out for when he's getting it in. He's showing up to Ellen with vitamin drips in his arm. I don't know if Diddy is a junkie, but I know that this shit is looking sloppy. House of Princess says, remember on his reality TV shows, he would keep everyone up all night working and he would still be awake on 10. Everyone else would be exhausted. Oh, like I want to work for Diddy and making the band? You're very right. Throwing chairs at Lorianne Gibson. You're right.
Like, girl, get it together. Connect the dots.
Thanks for the super chat. Real recognizes real. I like your name. Where is DCIF? Geez, underage kids would have been snatched up by now if it. Oh, my sound was off. My bad. Oh, thanks, y'all. It's I don't know what's going on. First, I couldn't go live, and then it muted. I appreciate you guys. I said, Jessica, who's high? Is that like initials for somebody? Put it in the chat. You don't have to send another super chat. Now, y'all, this is something that nobody has reported on yet. I didn't even really have time to thoroughly go through it with the attorney. We just kind of briefly touched on it. But this is something that just got filed in the Liza Gardner case. Liza Gardner, if you guys don't remember, is the alleged victim who said that she was taken advantage of by Diddy and Aaron Hall. So the defense attorneys, again, with one of these sassy letters, said UMGR only responds to Mr. Blackburn's May 7 letter to say that it opposes any unilateral request for discontinuance without prejudice and without proper motion practice, any opportunity for plaintiff to amend her complaint for the second time. If plaintiff feels she is entitled to either remedy as a matter of law, UMGR requests the parties engage in proper and timely motion practice so that both sides are fully heard on all issues. Now, this is where she gets really sassy. She says, moreover, plaintiff's improper email and letter writing campaign should not result in any stay of her obligation to respond to the pending motion to dismiss the amended complaint, which is deficient as a matter of law. So remember, they came back and said that Liza Gardner needed to do another amended complaint. As the motion supports has already granted plaintiff's request extension to oppose UMGR's motion to dismiss in its entirety, Mr. Blackburn has been provided a second bite at the apple to oppose the motion to dismiss. Indeed, if Mr. Blackburn is choosing to spend his time letter writing instead of brief writing, that is his prerogative. Have you ever heard such sassy attorneys? DB says, as someone who creates and files answers daily, I hate looking at Tyrone's petitions and amendments. Carol said Diddy don't care. Okay. They need the mulatto flip through feds, and Rico takes forever. Look at R. Kelly and how long that took. And Rico takes forever. We'll find out. His former bodyguard, Gene Deal, said he got addicted to opioids after Kim Porter cut him on his wrist. Tyrone's petitions are hilarious. Okay, so, but this is not funny because when I read this part to the attorney, she was like, that's really unprecedented. People don't do this. So this is something nobody has seen so far. Nobody has reported on it. So you're hearing it here first. We talked briefly about Liza saying that, you know, she had talked to therapists about the alleged R word, but now he's putting it in court documents. And the attorney said that that's typically not done. That type of stuff with your medical information is typically something that you want sealed. So this was put in the court for us, the court of public opinion. So let's see. Blah, blah. Here, plaintiff repeatedly admits throughout her complaint that she was only 16 years old in 1990 when the alleged assault occurred, thus rendering the ASA inapplicable and all claims times barred. Let's see. I want to show you guys specifically what he said. I had it up. Okay, here we go. Notably, the complaint does not allege otherwise. Instead, it alleges conclusionary fashion that the lawsuit is timely under the Adult Survivors Act. In 1990, Ms. Gardner, a 16-year-old girl, was in New York City with a friend. At the age of 16, Ms. Gardner was a minor in 1990 and incapable of consenting to drink alcohol. The age of consent for sexual intercourse in New York State was 17 at the time. At the time, Combs sexually assaulted Ms. Gardner. In an affidavit, Ms. Gardner's friend states, Lisa said she was 16 years old and had been invited to New York by a couple of her friends who were members of the R&B group Jodeci. Ms. Gardner's licensed therapist, now here's the aha moment. Ms. Gardner's licensed therapist provided a letter which said the following: as my records indicate, on 2/18/2014, 10 years before this lawsuit even came to fruition, and before you knew that you could come back and sue, right? Because on this whole, you know, you have a year to come out and seek justice if you were taken advantage of in a sexual way. That wasn't around. There was nobody thinking that this could be done 10 years ago, right? It says Ms. Gardner's licensed therapist provided a letter which said the following: as my records indicate, on 2/18/2014, my client disclosed that she was R-worded by two males in New York when she was 16 years of age. That is admissible in court. You are literally showing proof. It's one thing for somebody to say it and then say, oh, I told my mom, and the mom says, okay, I'll testify for you in court. It's something completely different when you have a licensed therapist who has that in the record showing that you said that you were R-worded by these two men. Now, again, the attorney that I was talking to was like, that is typically not done. But this is for us, the court of public opinion. Now, I already believed Liza Gardner. I believed all the victims in this situation. Now, I did say that Lil Rod stuff did read more like one of them Zane novels, like My Grandma Stole My Gay Baby Daddy, but I believed him. I believed him about Brendan Paul. I believed him about Cuba Gooding Jr. I believed him. I believed him about Diddy. But this, guys, is a definite aha moment. You're not just telling a family friend. If this was done, say, February 18th, 2022, then you could be like, okay, well, she told her therapist so that she could, do the Adult Survivors Act. This was done 10 years before that was even, or 9 years before that was even in place or possible. This woman is suffering. This woman was taken advantage of and is having to go to therapy for it all these years later, because this happened in 1990. This is in a record from 2014. So it's clearly affected her and impacted her. So I'll probably talk with the attorney a little bit more and source out any more specifics that we can take from this new filing. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. No, I think that's pretty much it on that. Yeah. I'll source some more of this out with the attorneys tomorrow, but I wanted you guys to see that that's newly filed stuff. Jacqueline says, Daddy is a full mess and he made his children just like, and he made his children just like him. I pray for those kids, and I'm not talking about those grown men, Justin and Christian. The girls are 17 and they don't have a mom and their dad is Diddy. So I do think that they probably, if you are praying people, go ahead and put them in the prayers, because we don't, especially for a little girl to lose their mom. And then the only thing you got left is Diddy. Dorothy, thank you for the super chat. And Celebrity Scandalous, I like your name, says, yeah, but did she specifically name them? An attorney would still concur that unless they were named. Now, Tyrone is really good about only giving like piecemealing. So let's see. I think that they were named, but he did not attach there's no exhibit for that as of yet. So I'm pretty sure they were named, but Tyrone is good at throwing us a curveball. Let's see. I don't see any footnotes on it either. So I don't see any footnotes on that. So I will let you guys know, like I said, once I talk to the attorney a little bit more. Let's get on to Ben and Tyrone. Now, Tyrone's Instagram is still up, but y'all, Lil Rod's Instagram, he has taken everything down. What do y'all make of that? Why would he basically delete everything on his social media? When I saw this, I was like, I follow him. For his safety. He knows his case might be dismissed. I hope not. He's being threatened. Now, you remember who else took their video down? Christian Keys. Once Christian Keys allegedly got that check, that video where he made all those allegations was gone. Jessica says, I work in law in Australia, reading as much as I can on the US, and it's so messy. We are a little bit messy. His safety, I feel bad. He got paid out. I don't think he got paid out. I would have gotten a phone call if that happened. But I'm leaning more towards maybe stuff wasn't good for his case and they're tightening up. But that's his. I don't know what this is about. Maybe I'll make a phone call after this and see if I can get some information for y'all. Nice play, Christian. Inflation ain't easy. Christian's been traveling, singing up a storm. No more words on any sexual allegations or any assaults. Attorney probably told him to deactivate it. He's probably being harassed. Maybe. I really do hope that Lil Rod gets some justice in all this. I do. So let's get into JLo and Ben. Now, JLo has done a hell of a lot in life and made it out alive dealing with Puffy, became one of the biggest stars, not necessarily the best singers, but definitely one of the biggest stars, went from a little girl who had a dream in the Bronx to being worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but she can't keep a man. And JLo strikes me as the type of person who loves to be in love and loves a relationship. Or maybe it's not that she can't keep them. Maybe they can't keep up with her. I don't know. But it's looking like it's donezo. Let's see. I wanted to show you guys this. There's been multiple claims that Ben and JLo have been in trouble for a while. If you look at any of the photos with them or videos, JLo is the girl who wants to be seen. That's her stick. That's how she makes her money. I feel like Ben Affleck loved her, but I also feel like he did not really want to go back into that level of celebrity. Remember, him and Jennifer Garner, his white wife, had basically a white picket fence. The problem was Ben was on drugs, and I think he was alcoholic. Was it drugs and alcohol? And he wanted his old. His Jennifer Garner left him. He dated for a while. I think there was like a younger girl, and then he's up with JLo again. You see, JLo wants to be at these award shows, although she's not winning any awards. She wants to be in the award show. She wants to be seen with the paparazzi. But at the end of the day, Ben is always arguing with her. He's over it. He wants to go home. It was alcohol. Oh, okay. Ben loves to gamble, drugs, alcohol, gambling, and infidelity. There's nothing wrong with JLo making her money this way. She just needs to date somebody who has the same mindset. Guys, we got over 3,100 in the chat. Definitely hit the like. Not Ben was a drunk. What's up, Norris? Hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We have a goal now of 175K. We are not close to it. So yeah, definitely hit that like button. Miserable is the word. Miserable is definitely the word. Whenever this was Ben on his honeymoon. First off, how is Harper's Bazaar getting this photo? Let's start there. This was him on his honeymoon. This is him on any regular day. This is him also on any regular day. This is him closing her car door. And tell me when you see this, if you don't think there's a little something behind the way he closed his door.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Why did he slam that door like that? One more time. Ben is over her. JLo is beautiful. JLo is, somebody would be lucky to have JLo, but she needs to be with somebody who's an attention whore. She needs her own version of Kanye West. She needs her own version of Diddy. She needs somebody who wants the attention, and it ain't Ben. Not get in the car. So, there was some smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire. It says Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck postpone wedding, beginning of end. Too immature to figure it out. Jennifer Lopez says she and Ben Affleck didn't break up the day they postponed their wedding in 2003. Instead, they split well into the aftermath of the stunning delay. So, wow, they look young. JLo said the wedding delay sparked doubt in both her and Ben Affleck about what our relationship was and where it was going. And even though she knew she wanted to be with him forever, she felt their marriage wasn't going to make it the distance. Now, this was posted by TMZ right after Valentine's Day about her belief in her marriage dating back to 2003. Cut to May 16, 2016. She's searching for a new house, y'all. She's singing about their love life in music. It says Jennifer Lopez gets steamy about SCX with Ben, not safe for work lyrics and new song. Jennifer Lopez is letting us know in some very raunchy details about her marriage with Ben Affleck, singing about their sex life in one of her new songs. And yeah, it's raunchy. Things get hot and heavy in the sultry new tune, Greatest Love Story Never Told. Who do y'all think sang the vocals? Let me take Ben off. Who do y'all think sang the vocals? She's in it. It says, "This is me now. Missing your body, climbing on top of me, slipping inside of me, way that I ride it, bodies aligning, look at our timing." And yeah, there's clearly no such thing as TMI when it comes to JLo, at least not these days. The song isn't entirely X-rated. She also sings of how it was destiny. They found each other twice in a lifetime. Let me stop. Listeners were digging the emotionally charged tune. Now, she has really been working on her voice, y'all. Who is that guy? I think his name is like Mackie. She's been really trying to belt out the tunes. I don't know that it's working, but she's trying. Let's see. She had the PDA from the yacht back in the day. They tried to recreate that 20 years later. Okay, it says, Ben Affleck, I didn't want to be a social media hubby, but I caved. Ben Affleck had a major ask of Jennifer Lopez before getting back together with the superstar, keeping their relationship off social media, a demand he didn't win. The actor shared his privacy demand in his wife's new Amazon Prime documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which puts their whole relationship under a microscope, which is why his confession is ironic. Ben initially wanted JLo to keep their rekindled romance under wraps. He explains, getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media. However, he then realized he wasn't being fair, noting Jen heavily uses social media and has hundreds of millions of followers. Once he considered this, Ben says he caved, adding, it's sort of like you're going to marry a boat captain and you go, well, I don't like water. Ben finished by saying, we're just two people with different kinds of approaches trying to learn compromise. And I guess it failed. Of course, Bennifer first got together in 2002, but called things off in 2004, or so we thought. They got back together almost 20 years later and started again. He never looks happy. So now, cut to 2 days ago. Jennifer Lopez house hunting in LA with gal pal. No Ben in sight. Jennifer Lopez was checking out new cribs this week, and while she had at least one companion with her, it was definitely wasn't Ben Affleck. The actress seen her was out in Beverly Hills, where she was accompanied by a woman who appears to be a longtime producing partner, who was seen leaving a luxury property in the neighborhood with Jen by her side. That's a beautiful house. JLo has really good taste, though. JLo bought a $60 million house with Ben Affleck. It says, considering they just bought a place in 2023, you wouldn't expect Jen to be perusing for herself again, especially without Ben by her side. Then we get another clue. Jennifer Lopez likes Instagram posts about broken relationships amid Ben split rumors. She liked this. You cannot build a healthy relationship with someone who lacks integrity and emotional safety. Why? Trust is the foundation of any relationship. Without integrity, it's difficult to trust someone's words, actions, or intentions. This can create an environment of fear, anxiety, and emotional instability, making it challenging to feel safe and secure in the relationship. Don't disrespect your time. Doesn't think it's important to call, text back in a respectable time frame. Now, knowing what we know about JLo, she probably liked this post and sent it to her singer-songwriter and said, make a song and sing about it, and I'm going to do the video. Is Ashanti available? I know she's pregnant, but, you know, she can still sing with the baby, right? That's probably what she said. Anyway, it says, why? When someone repeatedly fails to follow through on their promises or commitments regarding communication, it undermines the foundation of trust and reliability in the relationship. Consistent communication builds a sense of security and dependability. Look, JLo, this is long. It lacks effective communication skills, equals silent treatment, withdraws, refuses to communicate unless it's on their terms. Why? Effective communication fosters empathy and connection. Feeling heard and having your feelings validated is crucial. JLo is very savvy when it comes to the media. She liked this post because she wanted us to know something was going on. Says doesn't know who they are or what they want. Why? Without clarity, we don't know where we stand. There's no clear direction. There's no stability or foundation. And it said liked by JLo. Now we got up to present day. Ben Affleck leaving LA home he's been staying at amid JLo split rumors. Ben Affleck has been staying at a home that he seems to be occupying without his wife, Jennifer Lopez, and he was spotted leaving there this morning amid split rumors. The actor was photographed Thursday morning in Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles, where we're told he left a house that he's been seen coming from and going to, and where we're told he's been spending the night as well. So he is either not with JLo or he got a new mistress. This morning, Paps got him leaving that same area and he appeared to be riding solo. We're also told that Ben was not spotted at his house with JLo the night prior. So it seems like he spent the night here at his Brentwood address. So that's what 60 million gets you in LA. Moreover, the story all suggests that Ben had already moved out of their marital home in Beverly Hills. And while we don't know if he's 100% out of there, we can confirm Ben has been staying at this house in Brentwood over the past week or so. What's interesting here is that Ben and Jen have both been seen rocking their wedding rings in recent days, including this photo of Ben here. So y'all, I don't think that they're a match. I think that they're a match in publicity heaven, but apparently 2 times was not the charm. Maybe it's a trial separation. He seems fed up. He's sick of it all. That's what I'm getting. I think he's done. Candy Vane, thank you for the super sticker. Jasmine, the vocals is AI. You're right. She might be on that because AI ain't going to report her to the media outlets. There was another song. that JLo did, and it was actually sang by Christina Milian. Christina Milian did the reference track, and she actually sang the all the background vocals, and JLo kept all of her parts in and just did a video as if she was singing the song. So it's not just Ashanti. We got to add Christina Milian to the list. Celebrity scandalous. JLo's name resurfacing in Diddy's case didn't help either. That's probably very true. Imagine after Cassie what he's thinking now. You're probably right. JLo doesn't typically have a lot of bad press. Let me see the Christina Milian song so I could let you guys know which one it was. Recorded as her own. Okay, it says the AM to PM singer co-wrote Jennifer Lopez's hit single "Plea," initially intending to sing it herself. Some of Milian's vocals can be heard on Lopez's recording. Let me see. So we got to add Christina Milian to the list. There's Ashanti, and then there's one of Pharrell's artists that had sang one of JLo's songs, and she just kept all the woman's vocals in, and in the music video pretended as if she was singing it. She's a good actress, y'all. Janae says, why does it seem like JLo and Ben break up when one or both of them have a project, and their projects fail when they are together? Geely, this is me and this tour. Coincidence?
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you. Is it a coincidence?
I have forgotten all about Geely. Wait, Brandy too? She stole Brandy's vocals too? Damn. No black woman's voice is safe around JLo. Anyway, guys, we got like over 3,300 in the chat. I don't know where we are in likes, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're not even at 1,000 likes. If you're new here, definitely. Like over 3,300 in the chat. Why isn't this? Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, we did make it to 1,000. Let's try to hit 2,000. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. There's some more stuff, but as always, we always come to running out of time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here. This was a rough one because, again, I tried to come on a couple hours ago and StreamYard really told me hell to the no. But I'm here now. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.